that is? Like, why do you think a 50-year-old car can still keep up with a modern 911?
I'm just a good driver. No, just kidding. Okay, hello, my name is Ten. I am founder of Treffen, Thailand, and also part of the Rent Drive groups, Rent Drive guys, whatever you call groups of guys. I got into Porsche because I think it started when I really liked the look and the shape of the 911. I don't know why, like I just do. And then one day I was fortunate enough to get to drive one, which was a 964. My dad friend threw me a key and tell me to go grab a beer. I get to drive it for the first time in my life, and it just stuck. That feeling of the engine in the back pushing you, the smell, the feeling, it just stuck. And I know that one day I got to work hard and I got to get one. My first 911 was the 964 convertible. That was my first 911. I remember when I bought it, I pretty much spent all my money on it. That's all I have. And it was my only car for I think it was 4 years. It's my daily driver, it's my road trip car. It was just like the only car that I have, and I enjoy it so much. And I sold it, and then I sold it and I got another 964 convertible. I know the way I want to enjoy it is just go out for a drive with a friend, go on a road trip, on an adventure, and I'm just keep adding those memory into my little Porsche memory books, and it's just I'm quite fortunate to be able to enjoy it to the max, for me anyway. That I never thought I would. We drive all over Thailand. I get to drive to Malaysia, Vietnam, Laos. I even got to drive in the Alps, like so many passes that I did with, like so many friends. So I can't really pick one favorite because they're all just good. For me, the most important thing for me about Porsche is the people. It's just obviously I make so many friends, and like from the brand, and we share so many passion together. And you can always talk Porsche, like you can meet anyone that came out of a car in the parking lot, you can just walk up and talk to them, and you instantly become connected. And everybody have a story to tell about their cars. And actually sometimes, I think even the community is more important than the car almost for me. I just love connecting with people, with friends, like from different countries, from different backgrounds, like it doesn't matter how they come from or what they do. But if it comes to the passion for Porsche, it's always, you can always get connected, and that's just like super cool. I don't know what other thing that I can do, that's connected with people like so easy as a Porsche. The Porsche car itself is so usable, that you can just get in and drive and go somewhere. And I think that's the major things about Porsche, is that it's usable, and you're just gonna have a fun with it. And then also the DNA between each models. Like once you buy a 911, you can never go buy anything else if you like it. It's kind of like stuck to you. And then you can get to the old one, the new one, and the newer one, and it's always the same. The DNA is always the same. I might not turn the same way as a 992 do, but I know if I turn a little bit earlier and I put the power down, I'm still gonna come out of the corner almost as fast, or if not as fast, it will be like not so far away. And the engineering that went into it, like how many cars can you, like 50 years old, 40 years old car you can drive all day like this? How many days we've been driving? We've been driving like 5 days, pretty hard. I mean, some easy day, but some of the days pretty hard. And the cars keep up with it just fine. And I think it's just the engineering behind it, the engine in the back or the middle or whatever. And it just worked. I'm fortunate enough to be able to experience many different models. And every time I sit into one of my cars, either new or old, it's always like I feel like always connected. I feel like I'm safe. You know, this is like my safe space. I can drive the way I'm used to, and the car will be predictable the way it is. Like even from the old one to the new one, it's always like that sort of like DNA that passed through generation to generation. Do I like the older 911 or the newer 911? Well, I think like for me, like I prefer them in two different things that I do. Like if I go with a, say, you know, like this, like a northern drive with a rent drive group where it's like a lot of corners, up and downs, I definitely prefer the old 911. I prefer the classic. But if I go down south, like more straight, or like a smaller group, or maybe just me and my wife, I prefer the new one, just for the comfort, for like the, you know, peace of mind. But they all have its charm. But I think the new car is just, I think for me it's really difficult to reach its limit because it's so fast, and I don't want to drive fast. I want to drive fun, and so when I drive the new car, I have to push it quite hard to get that same feeling when I drive the old car a lot slower. So for me, it's kind of like, it's like very different, which is good, which is in a nice way if you're lucky enough to have like old and a new one to use. So my first choice would be the old one, but if I'm traveling like a really grand touring or like a long distance, and I would prefer the new one, basically just for the comfort and for the peace of mind, and it's a lot safer as well. A lot of people ask me like, you know, what is the best Porsche, right? I always said the best one is the one in your garage. So you know, if you want to get into the community, I guess sometimes you don't even have to have one to be in a community. You can go talk to the people who have one, you know, show your passion for the brand. And I think there's like many ways you can enjoy it. For example, when I didn't have enough to have one, what I do is like I always like do research on the history, you know, on the race car, on the race car driver. And I also become a bit more knowledgeable about the brand and the car itself. And if you get one, just don't be shy, just go out, and if you find some guy driving one, just go talk to him. I think everybody like to talk about it, and they also like to tell you stories about, you know, the cars, how they get them, why they choose this particular color, these models. And it's so easy to get connected with Porsche, very, very easy, and you know, you will make a lot of friends, a lot of good friends as well. I think the most memorable memory is when my dad friend actually threw me the key of his car, because, you know, at the time I don't know when I'm gonna able to own one or even drive one, and not because of him to throw me the key to his brand new 964 that, and, you know, let me drive it. And I realized at that moment that, you know, the most important thing about the brand is to share it, because if he didn't give me that chance, I would never experience it, and I probably wouldn't sort of like stuck to my head, you know, that vivid memory of driving one. And I think that's so important. That's one thing that I learned from that day was, you know, if you have a passion for something, share it. Share it with other people, you know, like let them see it, and then let them enjoy it with you. And I think that's like how of many things that we doing now started. And yeah, the memory just keep piling on. So I'm pretty happy that I can get to be part of that. Sometime in this day of ages, it's not easy to have fun sometimes, but like if I feel a little bit of stress, I get into my car, I drive, and it's all gone. I go I'm looking forward to every Sunday so I can drive my car to meet my friends. I'm looking forward to road trips. I'm looking forward to traveling to meet another Porsche owner. And those things are like what make me tick nowadays, you know, so yeah.
For anyone who is getting into the community, what would be your advice to them?
Go buy one, anyone.